So it's 2026 and I no longer have to rewrite my resume each time I apply for a role, and neither should you. So I now use one single prompt to customize my resume for multiple roles. So if you're actually duplicating your resume or manually editing, this is going to save you a lot of time. The key is to start with what I would call a master resume. Now this should be a complete and accurate version of your own experience. Now as a resume is a snapshot of your experience and you're limited to a couple pages, you want to create a separate document with a full list of your experience. This list should have at least 10 bullet points to showcase your experience for each role, and it should also highlight your achievements. So in the first role here as a project manager for ABC Technology Group, I've got here led the delivery of multiple enterprise IT projects across infrastructure, applications and digital platforms, achieving on-time and on-budget delivery for over 90% of the projects. You'll also need to find the job that you want to apply for. So here we have a job ad for a project manager at Coles, and I'll come back to this later. Start by opening up your master resume in Word. So in this video, I'm going to be using Abigail's resume, who is an IT project manager. This document contains all the relevant experience with key achievements highlighted, summary of key skills, as well as the different roles. So think of this as your single source of truth. Now we'll need to switch on the agent mode in Word. This is important because the AI agent can work on your document directly, so it's not just suggesting edits or giving the updates, which you will then have to copy and paste the details back into the document. So to activate agent mode, click on Home, and then click on Copilot. Now under Tools, select Agent Mode. Okay, so I'm just going to copy and paste my prompt. Now I'll walk you through the prompt process, but for now, let's just hit Generate. Okay, so Copilot is now thinking. And now based on the prompt that I entered, the AI agent is now automatically updating my resume for me without me having to actually do the work myself. Now I'm just going to expand this window and explain to you my prompt process. So in this example here, I want to apply for the project manager role at Coles, and the prompt that I entered in earlier does all the heavy lifting. So instead of rewriting everything based on the job ad, I'm asking the agent to optimize it based on my experience for this role. Now the prompt that I entered in earlier, as you can see here, is very detailed, and I've given the agent very clear instructions. I'll include the prompt in the description below. So first I've asked it to analyze the job ad to understand what Coles is actually looking for in a candidate. Next, I've asked it to compare the requirements against my existing resume, as well as a detailed list of my experience that you can see here. Then for each role, I've asked it to select 5 key achievements to highlight based on my resume as well as experience for each role. This process makes it a lot easier for you to tailor your resume to the role, and the AI can draw on your existing experience in order to update your resume for you while staying true to your own experience. Now under the skills section, I've asked it to rewrite and to highlight 6 key skills using a minimum of 25 words to a maximum of 30 words and use the same format as I've included in the document. I've also asked the AI to rewrite the summary section based on my experience to highlight some key skills based on the job, and I've added in brackets here 100 words so that the AI can write a detailed summary. More importantly, I've added some guardrails here. I've asked the AI not to change my details, title, education and references. I've added here not to make anything up and to use the information that I provided as reference, and that the AI can reframe the details to optimize it for the job ad as well as naturally weave in some keywords for the ATS. And finally, I've added some additional instructions so that when it updates my resume, that it must delete any old content or text as well as keep the format the same in the original document. So on the left, you'll see the job ad, and on the right, you'll see the updated resume. So what the agent has done is it's analysed the job ad, picked up some key language and priorities, and then rewritten the resume to reflect that. Here the agent has intentionally weaved in some key words, so for an example, cross-functional collaboration and stakeholder engagement throughout the resume. So this matters for 2 reasons. So first, it helps the resume get picked up by the ATS because the language now closely matches the job ad. And second, when the hiring manager reads this, they can immediately see that experience aligns with how the role actually works day to day. So you're not changing your experience, you're just reframing it or translating it into a language that a hiring manager or a recruiter is actually looking for. And that's actually what will increase the likelihood of being shortlisted for an interview. Now with the AI mode turned on, you can now add in additional instructions and delegate the editing to the AI agent. So you can now keep one master resume and use AI to tailor your resume for each job. Now if you'd like a copy of the prompt and the resume template, I'll include a link in the description below. And also let me know if you think this is going to save you time. Now in the next video, I'll show you how you can rewrite and edit your resume using the AI agent mode in Microsoft Office. Thanks so much for watching. I'll catch you next time. Bye for now.